Microphone test. This should be recording from the external microphone already, and let's go into Loopy Pro. Hello there, welcome to Modulations, and this is the first of a series of podcasts where I present some ideas I've captured in Loopy Pro, which is one of my favourite applications on the iPad, and I believe the Mac version is coming quite soon. And what I'm going to show you today, or play to you today, really, are just some clips I recorded from the Roland S-1 earlier on. So, without further ado, let's go for some of these loops. So in this particular loop, I just played random notes really into the keys and tweaked the filters somewhat. Put in a little bit of reverb as well. I'm playing on the LFO here. So the S1 is based on the legendary SH-101, which was popularised by bands such as Orbital, Future Sound of London, and various others. Not just sort of in the dance music scene, but also was very popular in the pop world as well. So the S1 is modelled on that old synthesizer, although it looks nothing like it. Of course, it's about the size of I'd say it's probably smaller than a paperback book in size. It's got, I can describe it to you because obviously this is not video. You can set the tempo, and you have along the bottom two rows of keys. So you have like your white and black keys that mimics the piano keyboard. And on the main sort of control sections, you have LFO. You can set the waveform type. From the oscillator section, you can set the frequency range, LFO. You can set the frequencies, obviously. There's the noise, and there's a sub-oscillator as well for those deeper bass sounds. You can make them quite gravelly in sound as well. And I think I've got some examples of that coming up I recorded last night. And there's filter section, which frequency resonance, and you can control the filter envelope as well, and your LFO on that as well. And then there's various other functions that I haven't really dug into yet. Oh, sorry, there's on the effects. There's delay, reverb, and there's a whole load of presets as well. The presets, the way it's set up, you have 4 banks of 16, so that's 64 different patterns altogether. So right, is my maths right? 64. Yeah, 64. So the factory settings in Bank 1, there's 16 patterns that demonstrate the synth's capabilities, and with each pattern, the sound settings are saved as well. So which is really handy if you are sculpting a sound, and then you create a melody or a bass line or whatever, you can program it into the sequencer, which has a sequencer. It also has an arpeggiator as well, which has various different modes, and you can save both your you can save both your sound settings and the sequence that you put together into a bank, so you can record it later on. And that's very, very handy. There's a lot of other features in here I've not tucked into yet. You can do things like wave folding as well, I believe. There's like chord mode, unison mode, and there's all sorts of features that are tucked away in the menu. So they're easy to get to, and yeah, it's really, really good. For £180, it's not bad at all. Has a built-in battery, so you can use it standalone. You can take it on your travels and create some music whilst you are on holiday or something, or if you're on a train on a long journey, why not compose some music whilst you're commuting, travelling somewhere. Anyway, let's move on to my next sample that I recorded here in Loopy. I think it's the third one in. Filter there, and that's the arpeggiator in action. Let's move on to the next one, this blue one. This particular synth makes use of the S-1 makes use of a technology Roland's created called ACB, which is analog circuit behavior. So although it is a digital synth, the way the sounds are created is based on sort of analog principles. So I don't really know how it works inside and out, but it certainly is effective. So the sound that we create is very reminiscent of the legendary SH-101. It has that sort of familiar sound to it. I think I love an instrument, especially synthesizers, where there's a certain sort of familiarity about them. I think a lot of that stems to the fact that, growing up in the 70s and 80s, there's very much brought up on analog synthesizer sounds, the likes of Jean-Michel Jarre, and then to the 80s, like Depeche Mode and Gary Newman, all these sort of, I say, bands that are sort of pop rock. I'm not quite sure where you fit them in, but they certainly have a particular sound about them. And yeah, so let's play something else. Yeah, I was really sort of exploring the filters in that little test there. The filters are really, really good in this synthesizer. I'm not sure which model they use. There's various different types of filter with it. What I do know you can, through the menu settings, you can change, excuse me, you can change the type of filter from being band pass, high pass, and so on and so forth, I believe. I've certainly seen that in someone's video. That's the thing, with these products, you often have to spend a little bit of time getting to know their features, and then a little bit more time to get to know their less obvious features, because there's often some great tools tucked away. Sorry, my Twitter notifications come in. I don't even use Twitter these days. Anyway, let's play one more sound, and then I'm going to call it a day. I just wanted to keep this video short and sweet, and I'm going to finish off with this one. Always record the tail of a sound, just so it fades out naturally. And talking of fading out, that is it for this video. Thank you very much for listening, watching, and joining me for the journey. If you stayed this long to the very end of the video, thank you very much. Please do subscribe to my Substack newsletter, follow me on YouTube, follow me on Instagram, and all that stuff. So yeah, bye for now.